Okay, part 2, 22. Now I did spray in there already, so I'm going to just do this a few times in this cylinder, in each chamber. Now a couple times doesn't necessarily going to mean that that's going to work for you. You may have to do it a few more times, but you know, if you let enough of the material work, alright, you're pretty good. That's why I kind of like this stuff here for the cleaning in the beginning, but I don't like it as an overall cleaner. I just use it for the beginning, for the basic. Now, unfortunately, you like to clean a barrel whenever you can from both ends, but I'm not going to be able to do it on a revolver, nor are you. So at that point, we do it from the muzzle side. So, but on the semi-automatic, we can do it from both sides. If I can find my other brush. Do it from that side, turn around, do it from this side, because it does help. Anyway, I found my other brushes here. See? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put some of this. Well, let me do this. Let me move the camera here. Hold on. Get it over the water bucket. Wait a minute. Adjustment. There we go. Now, like I was telling you before, this is a brush. I cut it down so it's a little stubbier. But here's one of the guns. I'm going to stick it in there, and I'm just going to scrub this shit out of it. Hey, baby. If you want to come out and help, yeah, come on. Alright, so anyway, I scrubbed them all. Now I gotta put my hands in this hot water, and it's hot. I'm just gonna scrub them again real quick. And while I'm doing this, my wife just went in to get me some clean hot water so I can rinse them. Oop, where'd the brush go? There it is. Look at that. Before it was a dirty mess. Now look at it, huh? People sometimes think you're nuts, but you know what? You're out in the rain, you're running through the woods, you're swimming across rivers. The military, they're in water all the time. So, water is really not going to bother the gun. As long as you make sure you get it dry and you lubricate it. And you're done. That water's getting hot to keep put my hand in. And the parts are hot. Woo-wee! I have our water heater turned up quite a bit. I like hot showers. I like steam, especially in the wintertime. Remember I told you I throw the mops in and clean them up when I'm done? So, alright, that's another part. Part 3, cleaning the guns. So, here's my clear water. I don't know if you can see it smoking, but it's smoking. And I got my clean rag over here. It's all done with the brushing. So now I'm going to pull each one of those out, and I'm not going to bore you with everything. But air hose. Okay, air hose. Take this one out. It's all clean. Just been rinsed. And now I'm going to the cylinder from different sides. And I'm going to finish the rest of these so you don't have to hear all the noise. I don't know if you can see the water, but that water was clean when I started. They're no longer clean. Anyway, the guns are done. Everything is back to normal. Everything is working, and everything is copacetic. Did have a little problem, a little setback with the Taurus. I had to take the plate off it. And if you guys ever, I'm sure, but if you ever done it, and if you haven't done it and you do it, there's a little pin action you're going to have to work with right in that hole. Not so much taking it apart, but putting it back together. So when you take this plate off, on the plate, there's a little spring. I'm talking tiny, and it's stuck into the plate. And there's a pin. Now the pin may or may not stay to the plate when you take this off. Probably not going to, because there's a little rod in there kind of holding it in place. So when you take this off, be careful and make sure you're in a nice clean white type area so you can see what's going on. But anyway, I've got the punches and all that kind of bullshit, and you know what worked best? A toothpick. I cut the end off it, and the toothpick worked the best. So, but anyway, a little setback, nothing major, but it's all done. And I got dirty water, and I've already dried them all off. You've seen how I did that before, and we're all back in business. So that's part of the cleaning so far. Then, like I showed you on the semi-automatics, you got to take the slide and the barrel out. You don't have to break it down, or you're pulling out the striker and all that kind of bullshit. And normally you don't have to take this off. However, I was having a little bit of an issue, so I wanted to check it. But for cleaning purposes, you really don't take that off. If you want to take the handle, the grips off, that's one thing, but that's another. That's if you want. You know, it's not a big deal. But all done. There you go. I was talking about Never Dull. Like I say, you don't want to rub this on anything that's going to be black or coarse. Stainless and stuff like that. Blued. That's okay. You just want to take off a little bit. You don't need a lot of this stuff. And you really don't want to, like I say, get it on any grips or any rubber, anything black, like a Palomar frame or something like that. But up here, see how that works? Makes it all nice and clean, spiffy. You can do the barrel with it if you want. Now this particular frame I can do it with. It's not a big deal. And it actually even acts as a little lubricant. Would I say use it as a lubricant? No. But I don't have to worry about it. Now there's a lot on here. I mean, I can do 2, 3, 4, 5 guns with this. And if it's still clean, now that's not really too bad. I can just put that back in the can and seal it. Now this can's like 8 years old. And the stuff doesn't go bad. And it's a good product. And then you just kind of want to wipe it off a little bit because you don't want all that residue on the gun. But it leaves with a nice, even, clean, non-handled gun, tool, firearm, weapon, whatever you want to call it. It depends on how you're using it, I guess, or how you're taught. But anyway, there. Ta-da! So I'll put that over here in the case. I may even wipe down a couple of the mags with it. Oops, I'm sorry, guys. There. But anyway, plus it's got a pleasant smell to it. It doesn't smell harsh like that. What the hell they call it? I got a can of it here, Ballistol or whatever. I mean, that's pretty good, but that's really whoa. But everything has its own use, so I wouldn't say use this in place of that, but it's a good product. Okay, I will do one gun, start to finish, in front of you, semi-automatic, and what you should or shouldn't do. I have one more gun I have to clean, but that's going to be later, all right, when I have time to sit down and break it and do it, and not go through 50 guns like I just did. Well, not 50. I ended up doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guns. Took me, about 2 hours. I've been here for about 2 hours to do them. But if I did them the way that I'm going to do the other one, I'd be out here for, well, 5 hours. So anyway, all done.